It's this thing on. Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Welcome to Big Mouth on this Tuesday morning. This is just breaking. David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, the showrunners, the former showrunners of Game of Thrones, have quit their Star Wars trilogy. The Hollywood Reporter, I've just posted an article about it, and I can't believe it. This is terrible timing, everyone. And I'm going to read this article out, and let's see what's going on here. Yes, I did not expect to wake up to this. I've literally just woken up. Star Wars shocker, Game of Thrones duo quits planned trilogy. The pair were set to produce the 2022 Star Wars film, the first to come after this year's Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, which makes it worse. This is the next Star Wars movie that was meant to hit cinemas in 2022, and now they have nothing. Is this why Kevin Feige was desperately brought in to do a movie? Obviously, Feige will have to do the next Star Wars movie now. This is a joke. This is terrible. What a mess. This company has looked like it knew what it was doing. Disney, Lucasfilm, I mean, with the success of the MCU, that's what we thought. But the difference is, Disney are not really running Marvel Studios, are they now? Game of Thrones creators David Benioff and D.B. Weiss have exited the planned Star Wars series over a year since Disney and Lucasfilm first announced they were joining. We love Star Wars. When George Lucas built it, he built us too, getting to talk about Star Wars with him. And the current Star Wars team was the thrill of a lifetime, and we will always be indebted to the saga that changed everything. But there are only so many hours in the day, and we left, and we felt we could not do justice to both Star Wars and our Netflix projects. So we are regretfully stepping away, Benioff and Weiss said in a statement. So do we believe them? Do we believe what they're saying? Is it because of time? Is it because of scheduling? They have just signed a big deal with Netflix. Why not walk away from the Netflix deal? And why not stay with Star Wars? No. I think, look, no one in their right mind walks away from Star Wars unless they think this is an absolute mess, unless they've been talking to Kennedy and they just couldn't get agreement with what they wanted to do. Maybe it was that they had a vision and Kennedy didn't like their vision. Maybe it was too exciting for her. I don't know, but definitely something's happened here. Or Disney's freaked out from the reaction of the final season of Game of Thrones. Yes, that could be it as well. But do I believe that Benioff and Weiss woke up one morning and said, "Oh, there's not enough time in the day. There's only so many hours in one day. Let's quit Star Wars. Let's quit the biggest opportunity of our lifetime"? No, I don't. Something happened here for either to make them quit or for them to be sacked. And I for one will be looking into this. The fandom menace, geeks and gamers, world-class bullshitters are going to have a field day with this. This is terrible timing. You're trying to promote a Star Wars film. The Mandalorian comes out very, very soon, and I'm sure The Mandalorian will be a positive Star Wars TV show. I've got a good feeling about it, and I can't wait to see it, by the way. But, with all the negativity around the Rise of Skywalker, they did not need this. They couldn't run a piss up in a brewery, and it's ridiculous. The pair were set to write and produce the 2022 Star Wars film, the first to come after this year's Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, as well as the rest of the titles in the new series. The series was set to stand separately from one that Rian Johnson is working on, as well as the so-called Skywalker saga being helmed by J.J. Abrams. Listen to me, Rian Johnson ain't doing any Star Wars. That's obvious. They're never going to come out. They're never going to say it. It's never going to be admitted, but he's not doing it. So, is that it? No, we got more here. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy remarked, "Listen, it's time for the bullshit. David Benioff and Dan Weiss are incredible storytellers. We hope to include them in the journey forward when they are able to step away from their busy schedule to focus on Star Wars." Absolute bullshit. This is not the way to plug this situation, Kathleen. You either sack them or they quit. But all of a sudden, this this is so unprofessional, right? You agreed to do, let's just say this is true, right? This is ridiculous. Think about it. You signed a deal to write a trilogy. The Star Wars, one of the most iconic franchises since fiction began, and all of a sudden you sign a deal with Netflix and you say, well, we don't have the time. It's ridiculous. It would say that Benioff and Weiss have taken the bigger offer and said, fuck off, Star Wars, we're not interested anymore. Did I just spit? Sorry about that. It's it's a horrible thing to do, isn't it? It's my passion. It's like those actors who spit as they talk. Do apologise, but anyway, I'm so angry. The news comes months after The Hollywood Reporter exclusively broke that Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige was developing a Star Wars film. And that is a key moment. And I think this is not about not having enough hours in the day. And no, Kathleen, you won't be bringing them back when they're less busy. You have either sacked them or they've quit. Meanwhile, Benioff and Weiss signed a 5-year, $250 million overall deal with Netflix in August that was met with envy and a bit of head-scratching, as their commitment to Star Wars would have meant that their new content for Netflix may have taken a decade to come to fruition. The duo have been in high demand since completing Game of Thrones, which swept the Emmy Awards this year with lots of wins, including Best Drama. Yeah, we know they shouldn't have won those awards. We know it was just the industry covering up that horrible final season. I'm as you can see, I'm lost for words. I don't know what to think. I just don't get it, right? You know you're doing Star Wars. You signed an overall deal with a streaming giant. How did you think this was going to work? Surely, obviously, maybe Netflix put some pressure on. But look, whatever the case may be, this is an absolute mess. This is a joke. They brought in these people to do a trilogy. It was going to be the next Star Wars film. They even gave them a great gap between films so they didn't feel under pressure. Then they go and sign an overall Netflix deal. And now they don't have the time to do Star Wars. They literally chose $250 million over Star Wars, if that's true, if the reasons for moving away from this are true. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a moment. There's obviously some disagreement creatively, and that's why they're gone. And they won't be coming back. That's the thing. So all of a sudden now, Disney, Star Wars, and Lucasfilm are in a lot of trouble. Who's going to do the next film? Well, it's Kevin Feige, of course. It's Kevin Feige to the rescue. That's why they brought him on. And isn't this interesting? That it's like a puzzle piece with Hollywood. You don't have all the pieces, but it was always very suspicious all of a sudden why Kevin Feige was going to do one film. Because if they were desperate to have him, they would have said Kevin Feige is actually running the franchise now, which is not the case. They've had to desperately bring him in to kind of soften the blow of Benioff and Weiss walking away. There's more to come. Absolutely, there's more to come. And it's only here on Big Mouth that you'll know it before anyone else. I'll see you later for the DCEU late. I can't talk. It's so early. I will see you later for today's DCEU Daily. I'm going to get some rest and I'm going to be back. I'm going to recharge my batteries and we'll be talking about this and so many other things later on. See you then. Sorry about that.